The film begins with a teenager named Giulio. Now he is around 20 years old. His life is not so good. His parents separated when he was little. Giulio lives with his father in a fairly luxurious house. But even so, his life is not perfect and feels very lonely. Giulio really wants to meet his mother, who lives in another area. Long story short, Giulio secretly travels by car. He heads to a location where his mother lives. After hours, Giulio finally arrives at a remote house on the edge of the forest. There he meets a woman named Agnes. She is Giulio's mother. Even though she is 60 years old, Agnes still looks beautiful and youthful. There Giulio missed Agnes. They chatted about many things about each other's daily lives. Agnes also asked about Giulio's social life, and Giulio answered that everything was fine. The conversation continued, and Agnes asked if Giulio already had a girlfriend. Giulio also said that he already had a girlfriend named Carlo. Hearing his name, we already know that Giulio is a lover of everything. However, even though he knew that fact, Agnes remained relaxed and seemed to support Giulio's choice. As long as he was happy, Agnes would support him. There Giulio also mentioned his father. He had remarried. However, his new wife was less beautiful than Agnes. Agnes just smiled, hearing Giulio's praise. After not meeting for a long time, they spent time together walking around. This happiness had never been felt by Giulio before. Even at night, Giulio asked to sleep in Agnes' room. Agnes allowed it. Even Agnes did not hesitate to change clothes in front of Giulio. Giulio really wanted to be intimate, but he didn't dare to say it. Day by day Giulio got closer to Agnes. You could even say he crossed the line. Until one day, Giulio saw Agnes with another man. He was angry and jealous and kicked the man out. In his mind, no one should be close to Agnes except him. Knowing that, Agnes wasn't angry. She thought that what Giulio did was just to protect her. But ridiculously, since that incident they've gone even further, until finally. You can guess what happened. However, a few months later, Giulio got news that Agnes had passed away. Of course Giulio was devastated to hear this news. Giulio couldn't accept the reality. Even when Agnes wanted to be taken to her final resting place, Giulio took her away from there and visited the places they had visited together. Giulio couldn't accept the reality. The happiness that had started to appear had to disappear again so quickly. Until finally Giulio stopped at the edge of the beach. That's where Giulio and Agnes spent time together. Giulio wanted to remember those happy times and keep them deep inside. Giulio wanted to turn back time with Agnes, but fate said otherwise. Giulio still had a long journey waiting for him. He could still make a happy story with someone else. Of course not with Agnes. That was the plot of our film this time. I hope you like it. See you again in our next film plot.